Peace in our human family. Volume in unity. Divine light shining individually. Collectively transforming community. Peace in our human family.
One love, one growth, as above, so below. Feel the pain in my soul, the red pill dissolved. Organized, no matter the cost. Politicians start wars, they don't fight, they send the poor. And nothing lasts forever as long as we stay together. Give hell to the masses, watch the unity rapture. This is for the kids and the culture. It's one love, one growth, one light, light warriors.
Good afternoon, everybody out there on the P's and Q's. This podcast is going to be coming out in December, so we happy fucking holidays to everyone out there. And let me tell you something, man. I have been talking to rappers all around the United States, and this will be my first Chicago rapper right here. This brother right here wears many hats. He's business owner. That's a plural, businesses owner. He's a labor owner. He's a rapper. So this is going to be a great interview for you guys today. We're going to talk about some real ish, the music game always. So let me know how you guys feel in the comment section. I love the love that we're seeing around here. I love the respect. This podcast is growing, and thank you all so much for the support. A matter of fact, give you a little salute here on my little soundboard. Yeah, here we go. My little fake claps. And I got a rapper here, Dreadrock, man. The Dreadrock is an artist that I had the pleasure of listening to his music. Shouts out to AMN music group. They have given me some great artists, and we're going to get right into it. Dreadrock, how are you doing today, brother?
I'm doing all right. How you feeling yourself?
I'm doing great. It's beautiful outside. How's Chicago weather doing right now?
Bad. It's 27 degrees out here, man.
Oh, I heard it get like brick out there. I heard you gotta get a sleigh sometimes.
Gotta get a cover outside. It's so cold, man. It's bad.
So how old are you, brother?
I'm 26 right now.
Wow. So how's the rap game out there in Chicago, man? I know that Chicago hip hop has been taking over for quite a while sometime since the 2010s and stuff like that. Like how's the culture there?
The culture in Chicago is dope. It's like once you get into the real network, it's hella love. It's got a big network. Chicago always had the light on it because the authentic of what he come from, what the rap stand for, is always a good background. So Chicago been popping, and the scene right now is lit, you know. All the artists is going crazy, and they networking more, you know. They starting to try to get like Atlanta in these upper years, like 2020, they start coming together more with the network, for sure.
And that's a big deal to hear because, you know, the media and some people in our culture that I call culture vulture within our culture, like I'm gonna just say it because I've been trying not to say it, but I take issues with what DJ academics have said about Chicago and stuff like that. And I think it's so beautiful to hear that Chicago is coming up with not only just trying to like build the scene, but also connect more. That's amazing to hear that Chicago's trying to connect more, because everyone is always trying to say that 24/7 Chicago is just going to kill each other. What are your thoughts on that? Like the stigma that they try to place on Chicago.
They try to replace as in what is very dangerous out here, so I won't never sugarcoat that in a way. But media-wise, they're coming together more. It's networking, be able to come out at events and everything. All the artists is able to come out. So it's the games and everything right up under the music. That what makes it look like it's the music, but it mostly be the games around the music, not just the music artist itself. So that image that DJ Academic could put over the city, he built up their resume. He helped them in a way just to get a name and a quote unquote just some statusable, but they didn't really help push the image right. It was already popping. It was already
Mm-hmm.
gutter. The streets was already on fire before DJ Academic. So it's just the image they put. It's just it is vicious. You know, it ain't just like every other city. Like I can't walk down the street just regularly, even on where I'm from. You can't just walk down there. Stuff happen in seconds. So the image is not overhyped. It's just overblown. It's like overblown. Like okay, we get it. This is what the city been for like 10 years. Let it go. This is how it's gonna
Right.
be. Can't
Well,
keep.
you know, Chicago has always been like that. People do
Yeah,
some reading, like with the mob and shit like that. Like back in like Al Capone and everything. Chicago has always had a past like that.
yeah,
Um,
yes,
it,
yes. So
so like DJ Academics, like, bro, don't be trying to say only black people doing this shit, bro. Like,
yeah, been going on for sure.
shit big going on. They like so who is the because there's this flow that Chicago rappers have that is so different from any other flow and from Atlanta to New York, um and I'm starting to see rappers that are not from Chicago copy this flow. Who are like the forefathers of that type of sound, like that type of would you put Chicago rap under trap music, or is this more nuance to it? Because I know Kanye is from Chicago, but he's totally different from any others.
From like 2010 on up, it's drill music. No, it's
Mm,
more of a impression of what you experience in real life. So these stories become real stories and real things.
mm,
That's what makes it different. So, and people still in the sound, it's just a wave. You know, you can't stop a person
right.
from riding a wave. They seen it worked in Chicago. You can be dirty, standing in one place. And the godfather of this new wave is Chief Keef, if anybody, you know.
Mm,
Chief Keef, we got Dirk in the forefront. G Herbo got his own way to doing things. So them like the three godfathers of the city and them creating them other lanes for the other artists to even come up under. So they really
right.
put the forefront for us, like Sosa now.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Those are young legends right there. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I remember when Sosa first came out, man. Oh my God, bro. I was bumping that brother like every single day.
Crazy, man. It was crazy. The city was overlit. So you could imagine how it was up here. Man, I remember just riding around with no shirt on listening to Chief Keef. It was
Mm, mm.
crazy.
And they still show him love up there. He's still loved up there.
He's still loved because of what he did. It's always hate and love here, but it's more hate than love in Chicago. That's one
Mm,
thing.
right.
But
Right. Right.
his credibility can never be taken away from him. Anybody can't take that credit for what he did and how he did it and made sure we got mainstream just off the gutter, you know? So you can't
Mm.
never take that from him.
Yeah, and, you know that's the kind of vibe that I got from listening to your new project. That I'm trying to put up here, but for some reason it's not letting me do it. So wait, is it Swerving Glands?
Serving Lanes 2, that's one of the project. My latest one,
Swerving Lanes.
the latest project is Rocket Power 2. That's the one they
There it
dropped
is.
last December. That was my last album.
There it is. That's the one I was talking about. You're a really good storyteller.
Appreciate it, man.
Um, what made you want to name this Rocket Power? What's the origins? I haven't heard Rocket Power 1 yet, but what's the origins of Rocket Power project?
The Rocket Power just saying that it's time to take off, you know. No matter what,
Mm,
if it take long, it's just the audacity of the rocket. I'm ready to just blow out because I know I got the creativity. I know I got the story in the back end. So everything adds up. It's just waiting on the rocket to take off, you know?
mm. And it's all about that focus. Yeah, word,
Yeah.
word. Okay, yeah, I fucks with that. Of course, I fucks with that. Eh,
Appreciate it.
the stories that you get into, um, like you say, they talk like with all Chicago rappers. One thing that people have to understand that there are a lot of people that be faking, but there are a lot of people that tell the truth. And I'm pretty sure you could tell who's real and who's not. You know what I mean? Like I may be from Bridgeport, Connecticut, which is a rough neighborhood, but I never was really involved in gangs. But I could always tell if somebody that was like in the streets. They don't even have to be affiliated with gangs, but they was in the streets and they was rough. You can see it that they went through some shit.
Yeah.
But then you can also tell that there's some niggas out here that be pretending.
Yeah. Most deaf. It's easy to spot a pretender. You know it.
Right. Like, how do you deal with that? Do you try to pull them aside, like, yo, bro, you gotta do a different route. You gotta be yourself. Like,
Yeah,
you ever
you
try to
know,
like,
you know it for sure. It's just a lot of that going on, especially in like okay, Chicago. Everybody in Chicago ain't real. It's fake and real everywhere. But in
mm-hmm.
other cities, it's even worse because it's like they trying to steal a lingo like op, slide, and drilling, all this stuff that come from Chicago. So it's just like, come on now, like you probably with grandparents, like you weren't forced out here. You wanted to be out here. It's the difference between Chicago rappers. Like most of us as rappers, we was forced out here. We didn't have no
Right,
other lane. Like we had to be in the streets. That's the only way we was able to survive young and drill
right,
and
right, right.
guns getting passed to us young. That was just the way it was. But other cities, they just like they choose to do this, choose to rob people, choose like we like nah, we was having to survive. It was a difference than choosing to be this. Like we ain't had no
Mm.
choice. It was different.
Yeah, it's simple. You gotta see it like as like this is how capitalism is, man. Like hip hop has changed from please give us food to nah, we taking that shit, and
Yeah.
you got to be bold about that. And it's freedom of speech. So I don't understand why. Like if you're turned off to it, then don't listen to it. It's
What's
not
that?
for you.
It's not for you. It's what's going on. And I like how you used that line through Tupac with the capitalism. He said
Oh
that when
yeah,
people gonna be hungry, they're gonna be asking, and by the time 20 years later, just busting through the door.
right. That's
Yeah,
I mean, you see that in every country. Every
yeah,
country, there always becomes an uprising, you know? I mean, that's why
yeah,
we have Black Lives Matter now and stuff like that. But they try to one thing that pisses me off, Dreadrock, is how they try to make it seem like black on black crime is a thing. When the FBI reports and other official reports literally show that white people kill each other 85%, and they even do school shootings.
yeah.
So it's like who are you trying to say, man? Like you
But you
trying to
can't.
point at what?
It just can't. It ain't all just blamed on us. And some killings don't even be just about black on black. Of course,
Right,
blacks kill black, but every race kill each other. Mexicans,
right,
white. It's always the way. Like people like poison people. Like we don't talk about how the white people is poisoning each other with food and poisoning them just to get them billions from their old people and the grandfather is still living. They trying to get them out the way to take the business. There's more to it than them back then. So it's not just
right,
about black on black.
right,
Yeah.
right, right. And what's so good about this music is how is bringing people out of poverty. Um,
Yes. Yes.
it's actually bringing positivity into these young people's lives and stuff like that. Um,
Yes.
I like how has it? I see that you do a lot, man. And do you teach your jewels? Because you're 26, so you still a
Yeah.
youngin in the game. But do you teach your jewels to the younger youngins? Like, do you show
Most
them the
definitely.
way or?
Most definitely. I'm always trying to help the next gen because they got a better chance than me because younger, I had to struggle and really didn't know. So when I talk to a younger person, I always try to uplift them and give them a way out. It's hard to help everybody, but some of them that listen, you can help those, the younger ones,
Mm,
even the ones younger, like it's to show them a way, like give them something to look up to keep them motivated that you could do. And to even pervert, let's just put this out there, like even when the image of people be like, the music is so negative. Gangster rap
right.
been all the way out since NWA. They was already talking gangster rap, so we can't be the ones that get
Exactly.
pounded and pounded for like it's so negative. Like rap been negative all your life. Your grandfather had negative music. So it's the
Right.
same thing. It wasn't none different unless it's just the disrespect got higher. But what you expect, some have to change, but it didn't change the basic of it.
Right. Right. And when you listen to rock music, you hear about them offing themselves, all
Yeah,
types of shit.
demons and ghosts and demons giving my soul to Satan, all type of things. So it makes it no different.
Right, right. So I'm just like, why you even, like this is just like bias.
Yeah,
Stop being fucking biased, bro. Like,
yeah,
you was bumping Marilyn Manson.
most definitely. Going crazy. You got black stuff all over your eyes. Like, so don't discredit us for what we seen, the gangster rap and the selling drugs. It's been here. It was already here. We can't try to
Right,
change what was our culture. It's a default in our culture, but at least he a salesman. He's trying to get it the way he can. It's all he can get provided with. So until he
Yeah,
can learn a different way, how can we be at fault of everything we went through? Like,
that's facts. Let's quote the great legend Ti. He said, "If you getting tired of the hood, how about you change it?" That's
yeah,
that's that's just facts. Y'all got all this money. Y'all over here giving your people opportunities over there. Imagine if you try to put money into a rough neighborhood and try to like educate these people. Maybe the people that don't want to listen, but let's look at the outcome from the people that probably would listen and look
would
at
listen.
how the demographic would change. Um, like that's such a big deal to me. That's why I never
Yeah,
left the rough neighborhoods in New Haven. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna stay here because these are my people, and
most definitely.
I want to be. I'd rather be with my people than be out there like trying to pretend that I'm happy somewhere with people I don't look like. It's just
They don't even
doesn't
look.
make
You
any
know
sense.
it. That it comes to it. It comes to it most def. It comes with it. So it's so much you can do so much so little. It don't take that much, especially into the hood term. Like the hood ain't got nothing anyway, so a little thing can make a difference. So
Right, right, exactly. I like this song that you had on Swerving Lanes called Lex Block Flow.
oh yeah.
What was the inspiration on that?
Oh yeah, that was the first. That was my first. Like that's just basically was the what I had to do on a Lex. So the Lex is my block, and where I'm from, Lexington, it's like a family block and everything that we grew up
Got
on.
you.
So it's just to really show what we had to do on and off of it. So that's what Lex Block Flow came from.
Mm. So you just sharing the story. That's humble forget be givens and everything.
Yeah,
Um, how has so? Do you look at how so much has changed from you being on Lex to now?
yeah, most deaf. Yes, a lot of things change. The way you wake up every morning, it's like even the paranormal. Like you just being on legs, you have to be on alert, high alert. Your conscious
Mm,
so high, your eyes, your stress level. You can imagine blood pressure, just angry for no reason for on the legs. So I'm at now, I'm more calm, collected. You ain't
hmm.
got all that over your head no more.
Now the beat into intro real flow. Whoo! Do you write beats or you got a guy?
Some of them I be tripping the beats out. So like that dude, I did that all by myself. How I like had the beat coming in and out like
Right, right.
it was crazy. I chopped that up myself. I be having some beat makers. I got beat makers assigned to my label, so it's both and
Mm-mm.
both.
Yeah, we're about to get into that. What's the name of your label?
Swervnation.
Swervnation. Word, word, word. How many artists you got under?
We got four working on five.
Oh wow. So you guys are growing.
Yeah, we growing now. Finna expand. I'm expanding now. I'm gonna get a female rapper to make some diverse. So for the
Word.
ladies and everything.
And your studio, you got your own studio spot or you like try to keep it
I go to a couple different spaces because I don't ever
right,
want to be in the same spot and they know exactly where we at. So
right.
I have different, like about four studios I switch around.
Mm. How did you start your label? Like give these youngins game that be listening to this podcast. Like how could they do it? Like
And I had to, when I started, I was in the streets. I used the last of my money. I had like a
Mhm.
$1,000 left. And I just invested into my LLC, got my tax and everything, and just got my bank account started. And then I had the LLC and it been on from there.
Y'all hear that, yo? LLC brothers.
Yes, most
LLC. Cause in high school, we'll be like, yo, we starting a label, then we just get niggas in.
definitely. Yeah, you got a
We
big
just start
club.
spitting.
Yeah, that I was lost out like that too when I was young. I wasted a lot of time just on groups and group names, and it never worked out.
Mm. Word, word, word. Now you said you also got a clothing line. What's your clothing line? How
It's
could
like
they how could they tap in?
it's called Swerve Shop. So it's like the
Mm,
Swerve is more the merch of like the CDs, my face on some of it. I got Chicago Westside limited edition. I
nice.
remember gear. It's all type of beanies, hats. It's all like more of like singles right now. I'm planning on launching like a separate one with my wife. She's been thinking of some ideas just so I can stand alone. Some like with some swerving in it. So I got the Swerve shop right now with all the merch officially. I got the CDs you can buy, beanies, it's all type of stuff on that Swerve shop. That's what's the name right now.
Word, so you're married. Word. When did you get married?
I'm engaged right now. I'm engaged. So I'm working
Oh,
on kind of not.
congratulations.
She's just
Congratulations,
my
brother.
wife now through our soul, so I call her my wife.
Oh, that's awesome. Claim it already. I love it. That's beautiful. How do you be a rapper? Because a lot of people think that rappers are just promiscuous all the time and stuff like that. But when you like see like a lot of rappers are married and stuff, how do people like question to be like how you married or anything like they not
Look,
married you're engaged, but do they be like, oh, like you be running around still, son? Like what's the stigma with that? Like why people don't think rappers should be like engaged or married?
no, you gotta have, cause no, see, I don't know. That's just like very. I never really heard that, but in my perspective,
Yeah,
you need somebody on your backbone before the money
right.
comes first up. So you don't want no hooligan just walking up to you. You got a different girl every week just sucking up all your money. Like that ain't it. Like you gotta have somebody smart, intellectual that can talk to you, talk about before all this came. Like so you can relate
Mm,
on a plane that makes sense than just running around with extra people and extra places, extra women just to be there. Like the women gonna be there, but that don't mean you
mm,
have to be women crazy. A lot of men is women crazy. That's how they get unfocused. But if you ain't
right.
women crazy, like I got a woman, I'm trying to build her, help her now. I'm all the way up. Let me help my wife, but like, you got to make it to a team thing, not just a screwing thing. Like, oh, I want this nice ass. Like, no, it ain't about that.
Yeah,
Definitely
yeah,
about
that's word. That's word, bro. That's word. I mean, I know a lot of rappers younger than you that about like 2 years, 3 years, and like when you see how they move and they be just like it be chaos. Every time they get involved with some girl, they be like, "Damn, bro, I need to leave this bitch alone." And I'm like, and then they go find some other girl. Then they go find some other girl. And just like, bro, like how could you live this lifestyle just 24/7 all around? Like, I'm not hating, they're like, oh, you just hating. I'm like, nah, I'm not hating. I got a girl, man. But like, how you doing this, bro? Like, that's gotta be chaos.
Yes, no focus. Then, a lot of time you jump from girl to girl, girl setting you up. You got to meet her family, her cousin, her brother. Just too much.
Mm,
You got to just have one with a brain and you'll be good in the end.
mm. Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that, brothers? Try.
That's
If it's
it.
not working, don't try.
Gotta figure it out. You gotta figure it out.
For the low flow. Now, for the low flow, I see you got flows all over, man. So I love the wordplay that you have, even within your titles, and then Swerve. Like, what? First of all, what inspires Swerve to be like the name, your brand name for so many things?
It was because Swerve started as like a word play, like it was something good. That's what started
Mm,
us swerving. We started as Swerve Gang. It was a group
mm,
called Swerve Gang, like three of my cousins in there. We was Swerve Gang. But the word swerve became, it was like, oh, that's a swerve. Like you have a hoodie on, like, ooh, that's a swerve, boy. I see you. It was like a compliment in a way, like, ooh. And then if you're doing something bad, be like, oh, you ain't swerving. Your lane's messed up. You ain't crashed out. You ain't need a swerving. So it was a compliment and it can be a bad thing. Like, oh, you can't be swerving today. You messing up. Well, then we let the girl swerve you like that. So it'd be like, it's a bad thing, good thing. It's just how wordplay was back when it
word,
first
word, word. I feel that. I like that Swerve.
started.
Because I know the Swerve. I like how you use it in the positive and the negative. Because I know, like, I can't think of the hip hop rapper, but he used to use that term all the time. Like, yo, somebody acting up, like, yo, Swerve, like, get
Yeah.
out, fuck out
I
of here,
think it
like.
was who was that? I think it was Big Sean, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I think
it was one
but
of
there was somebody else. Was it just Big Sean? Oh man! Speaking of Big Sean, real quick, what do you think about? Are you aware, like, what that whole relationship with Kanye and Big Sean is going
them.
on right now?
It was crazy, but Kanye just put it on the floor. Like he put it on the floor. Then they said it down to for like 20,000. I'm like, damn, that was crazy. It was like, it was crazy. Like Kanye, I really mess with Kanye because he just like tell it how it is. You know, sugarcoat. If he ain't
Right,
rocking with you, you know it. The world know he ain't gotta hide his feelings behind nothing. So that would make Kanye cool. Big Sean,
right.
you know, he did make you. He did sing the good music. Can't be mad now. So too late for all that.
I was just
Uh,
laughing hard when he said on that interview, drink chips. He's like, I should have never signed this thing.
no, I'm like, yeah, that was
I'm
crazy.
like, how you gonna say that? Like right there, bro.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
And then Big Sean Twitter was like, I was right. I was in this man's face literally moments ago. He ain't say none of this shit.
Yeah. He like, let me put this out here to the world. Yeah, fuck Big Sean man up.
Oh man, it's. I just think it's like whenever Kanye decides to like come around, like oh my god, like he be triggering a lot of people. But they gotta remember he has his own issues, and you just gotta ignore him if you don't like him. Like it's entertaining to me. I'm just like,
Man,
God, this dude Kanye,
he entertained, but
he's a genius.
he a genius though. He's smart. Like it's like he ain't crazy. Crazy is different in this world. So
Right,
if you ain't the same, you crazy. So it's like it don't never make sense to me. Like you be want to be different. You want a different aspect. Different is better in my eyes. The same is just so plain and easy. That's too easy. But if you can be
right, right.
different, sound different, do something different, have your own lane, makes sense to me. You know.
So let's talk about let's talk about the mayor real quick. She is it true that she said she don't want to be interviewed by nobody else that's not a person of color? Like, did you hear about that? Like, she only does interview from people that are people of color.
Who my mayor? Mayor
Yeah,
Lightfoot?
yeah,
Oh man, I didn't even. I probably didn't even hear that. But that's kind of like that's deep. But all of us, I don't really can't really like say so much of how she feel in that way. I know she don't want to get pressured and Caucasians say stuff just to get under your
you're right.
skin a moment. So I can feel on that. I know how.
That's
I
what I'm
know how.
saying. I can feel that, yo, because like if you talking with your people, it's more genuine. But like they mad about that. She got these
Yeah.
white people pissed that she said
How did I
got
miss
them
that,
pissed.
man?
I just heard about it, bro. So I was just like, oh shit. I never heard a mayor, especially a black mayor, say some shit like that.
She is growing. They like she ain't getting elected next year. Like you better get out of office. You know it.
Yo, that tickled me so hard. I was like, yo, they mad, yo. I'm like,
Yeah.
but dude, like, why you mad? Like, y'all been talking shit about her forever. Like,
Yeah. Then you know what the crazy part about it? They put her in office as mayor like she can stop Chicago, knowing y'all couldn't stop Chicago for 20 years straight. Now y'all
right,
talking about how she can't stop it. What did the other white guy do or the other white woman do? Nothing. So how can y'all be
nothing.
so mad, bashing her to the ground, and nobody never
Right,
changed nothing over the next 10 years or 15 years? Nothing changed.
right.
So,
What you think should
uh,
happen as someone that grew up there? Like,
yeah,
what do you think should happen? Because you have the most experience than a white Chicago person just coming in. You know, like Trump was like, "Oh, I want to send the National Guard and shit." Like that's gonna work. Like, really, bro? Like, you gonna have some war crimes on your head. That's what you talking about.
yes, you know it. It's gonna get crazy. They keep sending these Caucasians to a black community they don't know nothing about.
Right, right, right. What do you think should happen? Like just real quick, what do you think they should do? Like if you get us some guidance.
If the city of mayor can be better in any way,
Yeah, I know this is a crazy question, but I just thought about it. Like, and you don't
uh,
have to answer it if you don't want to, because I know some like they could go down a rabbit hole. But what do you think they should do? Because they literally just keep complaining about it, but there's violence everywhere around the United States in so many
they
different
complaining
forms.
heavy about Chicago. They feel like it's a petition or fucking warfare here. But if we had to do something with the mayor, it's like it's need more opportunity within like
Yeah,
self giving and hands on. It's like it's nothing here. No community centers, barely. Nothing
Talk
is
about it.
given. Nothing is free enough to even help somebody. Shelters barely is limited. It's like nothing to give nobody hope. And especially, it's not even a knowledge. Like the thing is, they need to do with the community is give the knowledge to know how to better your life. Not just
Mm,
tell you like, oh, go get that job and you'll be all right. But what happens when they lose that job? It's like they need knowledge to know investments and stuff that they can get on a board. Like teach the black people to create a board so you can create a capital. You need more members to create instead of telling them separate, go do your own thing. Do your own thing. Like you need a board to create a capital, any capital. To even get a capital loan, you need a board. As black people, we barely know that. They think you can do everything by yourself. That's why you see white people be in a whole room full of them. Because they
right.
all trying to get that capital loan, that capital check, because they got a board. So it's like, it's more knowledge that I think.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts, man. That's facts. Well, what you got? What else you got going on next, man? Like, you got any tour? You got any like shows? You got any?
I got a show coming December 1st at the Forge.
Mm,
And they trying to give me a headline in January. I haven't confirmed the date. So after I rock the Forge out December 1st, they'll be able to give me the information about the headline in January. So I got like 2 shows coming up. Tour
word.
wise, by the time like I think May, if I don't get on nobody tour, I'm just set up my own summer tour and hit some different states. Give somebody else some love.
Word, word, word. I love it. I love to hear that, man. I love to hear that. I love to hear that you grinding and shit like that. Cause this pandemic's been fucking crazy. A lot of
Yeah,
artists not really doing it anymore. A lot of bands broke up, stuff. That's
everything just changed over the pandemic.
right, right. Has it been hurt? Has it been crazy like for you? Have you been able to maintain keep your focus, or have you ever thought
Yeah,
about
I
quitting?
was, I was good through the pandemic. I even took a little time out. But since I got a label, I can be able to build another artist while I'm taking a step back to figure out the more
Mm.
bigger problems so I can be able to drop them. So it was a little back and forth, but it hasn't really stopped none. It really was, it was cool to me. But the shows I wanted to get on the stage more, and I was just starting like last January. I was at the Ford excuse me, I was at the Forge last January, but as soon as that February pandemic, so it slowed down the show. So I was ready to just stay on the stage, but they stopped it.
Oh wow. Speaking of stage, yo, how do you feel about that whole shit that went down with Travis Scott?
Oh
Like,
man. Me
yeah,
personally, I really think I can imagine somebody fainting that overhype. Like it was on him, but he went down the stage punching people or nothing, so it wasn't
right.
so much on our black brother. Like he didn't hit nobody or start shooting at the crowd or nothing. So it's like you at your own risk. If you faint or overheat or something happened in that crowd, that's you come to a show. You shouldn't be. If you wasn't ready, you and gentleman rush went too high, you overdosed or whatever you took, that's on you. That ain't really on our black brother. They just pinpointed to try to bring him down. That's all they try to do is bring him down. That's all, man.
I haven't seen any stigma like this on any other artist, especially white artists. The Who one time 11 people died at their concert. Like
You
I haven't
know?
seen. What's up?
Yeah, most deaf.
Like it's just. It's, it, I think it's a little bit too overplayed, and I feel like he's about to lose his whole career over this. And Live Nation, I haven't heard anything about them taking any flack because over 200 people in their past concerts have died in their concert. So it's like, so we're not going to talk about the work conditions that Live Nation gives. Like, are these security guards experienced? And if it's not the security guards, what was the precautions made for these people to feel safe? Was it too many tickets? There was like 50,000 people there,
Yeah.
and only certain venues can deal with that. You know what I mean? Like what was like? Where's the investigation? It feels like they're just always trying to just get on us because we get in that bag. And that's what
Yeah.
I'm seeing. Like I know that maybe he made the crowd crazy because he wanted them to rage, but that's him as an artist trying to be entertaining. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Most deaf, most deaf. It's just it comes to show us just the power and the course. That's just people. We just be the one that want to point the finger at. That's always that's the bad guy. Cause He didn't tell them 8 or 10 people that died to come to the show. They came on their own risk. So it ain't on that brother.
Mm,
They can't put that all on him. But that's what they're gonna do in the end. He gonna lose sponsorship, endorsements, all over that because that's what they
yeah,
want anyway.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it's a calling as well for him and for other artists to see how important it is to finally. I mean, getting a record label is fun, but independent record labels I feel like are better. Being independent artists, I feel like is better. Um, and I don't have that much experience with record labels. I'm my band. We're part of an independent label that our lead singer created. So I just see the freedom and stuff that we can do and what we're able to do. And I'm just like, you guys should just like tell Sony straight up, like whoever, like Jimmy Iovine, like, yo, I shouldn't be taking flack for shit like this. I shouldn't be having to deal with shit like this when I don't do payouts like that. I mean, how much money has Travis Scott got besides touring and all his endorsements? Like, has he actually got checks from his label? Like, there's so many levels. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but that's why I started independent. I'm gonna stay independent. You know,
word.
really no rush. That's why I got my own independent going. I feel more. You can still make the money. So it's another thing to tell the little artists out here that's on the grind, up and coming. If you go label wise, you get all your masters and everything. Plus, see, you artists, you have to know this. It is a middle class artist. Y'all think that you have to go multi-million to make a living. Like living don't cost that much. If you working a
Yeah,
job, you only making 1,600 a week, every 2 weeks, whatever. You only maxing out at 4,000 a month. So if you can just max out 4,000 a month in music, you still gonna be an underground rapper, but that you get in the bag to maintain a regular life. Then you worry about the multi-life. Everybody think that you're gonna rap and next thing you know you get millions, millions. Like no. No, it don't work like that. You still gotta focus on being the middle class rapper so you can make the middle money. So you just make all your money, you know? It's still like a job, it's a career. It's like you're going to work, so you go work. This is your
right.
work. This is your check. A lot of artists get it wrong. They think that it's multi-million. They want 1 million soon they walk out the door. Like, no, slow down.
And you gotta pay that
Take that
million
little
back,
bag.
brother. They gonna want that million back. And you go to some
Yeah.
fucking big label, they gonna be like, yeah, we gave you this because we thought you was gonna go number one. You didn't, so you gotta pay this shit back, bro.
Pay it off back. We'll put all your money in the marketing. Like, damn, everything with the marketing. I see a guy riding up with a new Phantom. That didn't go to more marketing. So
I
yeah,
like
that's
how
just the
you was
game.
like humbling yourself and saying, bro, like even if you middle class, like that should be your goal. Working class,
Yeah.
talk about all the time being a working class person and just being so proud to be a working class person, like treating it like that. You can live a
That's
healthy
all.
life.
That's it. Like you can get that millions in the end, as long as you keep working. But long as you making
Right.
some money, like make the money. But don't try to expand. Like people give up because they think they supposed to make so much money. Like, dude, make the money. Let it add up.
Look at Two Chains.
Let it make sense.
Two Chains is a big example. He didn't blow up until he was 40. Like,
Yes, that was major. But he probably was already getting some money, little show money, little $1,000 shows here and
yeah,
there. Like that's still some good money in a regular life. Like, oh shit, you got a show every week for $1,000. That's good. That's better than working at a warehouse for 12 hours. Breaking
mm,
your ass. So it's both and both. But him going mainstream at 35, he probably had to sign a deal or you don't know what's
yeah,
going on
yeah.
behind them doors. You know how I
Right,
get.
right, right. Right, and that's another thing you gotta talk about. Is like, damn, like what it was the repercussions behind that. So we talk about it, like
Yeah.
Styles P, he did an interview with the Breakfast Club, and he said something that was very fucking interesting. Now everybody knows Styles P is the man. Styles P got money everywhere. Styles P, is the type of person that, like, he's trying to get his kids not to only play basketball, but to like have other things under their belt, telling them to stay in school and stuff, no matter how talented they are. But he said on the Breakfast Club, he was like, artists need a union. If the actors have a union, they had a union for I think almost 100 years now. I don't know how old the union is, but it's a very old union. Um, and he was saying that he feels that actors, artists should also get a union. Like these people like Jimmy Iovine and all of them, they need to understand that what is next after the artist buzz is over? What is
Yeah.
left after that? And
Nothing.
not all artists are taught money. or how to invest and stuff like that.
They be lost out. They don't get that publishing check. That's what the label get. So right now I get my
Right.
publishing. I got everything. So no matter if I
Right.
stop rapping down, that good song that's hot, they're gonna pay me all my life. But if the label come, they gonna want to take that from under me. Take all that and just give you advance and give you only the tour merch. And then they take your publishing, blow that up all time. You just lose that in the long run for life. Now they got your
Right.
check. Your family will never see it. They got your estate. They got everything. So it's just more of knowing. That would style people saying like most deaf, like at least knowing about how to
Mm,
secure the money, how to get the money.
Yeah, yeah, definitely education, man. Oh man, I gotta get going. This is awesome. I want to thank you so much for
Man,
coming on,
appreciate you,
brother.
man.
Yeah, brother. So the new album that you have that everybody should listen to that came out last year. I was listening to Swervnation, so I'm gonna listen to Rocket Power 2. So Rocket
So,
Power 2, that's the latest album. Um, everybody that's listening, Rocket Power 2 has about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 10 tracks and stuff. Come on, give it a listen. Give my brother his support, man. Are you got
appreciate
your
it.
fan base mostly in Chicago right now, or you
Uh,
branching out?
Chicago is a good base right now. I'm building on, but my
Mm-hmm.
major fan base is all the way in Sweden. It's over the waters. They love me over there. Like I got this
Word, that's what I'm talking
song.
about.
That's crazy. It's a big song called I Remember. It's over
Mm-hmm.
700 screens on Spotify right now.
Mm-hmm.
Worldwide, it's over 1 million screens, including YouTube, Apple Music,
Mm,
and SoundCloud. It's already over 1 million. So it's been getting
mm,
feed, and they love it. They've been making TikToks to it. It's called I
word.
Remember.
Shouts out to Switzerland, man. Shouts out.
Yeah.
The Europeans love our shit, bro. They love
Yeah,
it. We got
they
the
love
fucking
it. They love you no matter what, too. They just give you that support. Up in here, you gotta earn. You gotta be with somebody. Who you
right,
working,
right.
who you with. Like it's always what and what. So but overseas they'll just support you just off they love it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's real, real. I want to give you so much more good vibes and wish you luck on your success, man. Man, you should give Switzerland a nice tour, man. Give them something over there, man. When you get a chance, you know what I mean?
You know it. I'm gonna go over there and go crazy. I've been already thinking about it. I gotta get out these states, go make that bag, get my feds what they want, my blood and my sweat. You know
Yeah,
it.
man, that's what I like to hear. You know it. I got a boy out there, my homie. Oh shit, he's in Switzerland. Yeah, his name is he goes by the name of Simics, but his real name is Caesar. He's a beast. The dude does everything. He's a music prodigy. He raps. He creates his own percussions. He fucks with percussion heavy, which is something I do. I'm a percussion artist as well as a rapper, and he is dude's nasty. Um, definitely check him out. He's a brother. I went to high school with him. He's originally from Switzerland, but then he went to high school here in the States, and his family was in the States here. But now he's back in Switzerland, so that's how I
Yeah,
met him. Yeah,
appreciate it. That's a nice dude. Sound dope. For
yeah,
sure.
yeah, definitely. So let's cut it. Let's cut it here, man. Next time I want to get you back on. We could chop it up some more, bro.
Most there.
I got too many people I'm interviewing right now.
Got to, man. I'm ready. Whenever, just hit me.
Yo, word, word, word. So everybody check out Dreadrock, man. Dreadrock, you got any last words before we close out?
I want to thank you for letting me on the podcast and interviewing me. It was very dope. I want to give a shout out to my nation, my artists, where I'm from.
Mm,
Everybody can do it. Stay self motivated. You can do whatever. Only thing you gotta do is focus and focus. That will give results. And just take one step at a time, even if it's little. You can do it.
Thank you, thank you, Dreadrock.
Appreciate it.
Happy holidays, brother.
You too, man.
Happy holidays to everybody else. Goodbye, everybody.
All right.
Collectively transforming community, peace in our human family, volume in unity, divine light shining individually, collectively transforming community, peace in our human family.
One love, one growth, as above, so below. Feel the pain in my my soul, the red pill dissolved. Organized, no matter the cost. Politicians starts wars, they don't fight, they send the poor. And nothing lasts forever as long as we stay together. Give hell to the masses, watch the unity rapture. This is for the kids and the culture. It's one love, one growth, one light, light warriors.